Greetings and McClunky, welcome to Star Wars Scotty. I hope you all are doing well. If you're not already subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button to join my flight crew and activate that notification bell. On today's episode, we're discussing Grogu's use of the Force. In the 14th chapter of The Mandalorian, titled The Tragedy, we see Mando take Grogu to Tython. He places the child on a stone in the middle of the ruins of what once was a Jedi temple. As Grogu sits on the rock, a field of energy surrounds him, and he is locked in a Force trance. We don't know much about what Grogu saw or who he communicated with, but per what Ahsoka said, he would reach out to the Jedi, and they would find him. Later in the episode, after Grogu is captured by Moff Gideon's Dark Troopers, we see him using the Force against two Stormtroopers in his cell. As Moff Gideon enters the cell, Grogu is throwing the Stormtroopers around with the Force. This display of his Force powers shows us that he is tapping into the dark side. We first saw him use a dark side power in Season 1 of The Mandalorian, when Mando and Cara Dune are playing a game on the Razor Crest. The child starts to Force choke Cara. Force choke is a dark side power, so that makes me wonder, how did Grogu know to use this power? We know from what Ahsoka told us that Grogu was trained by Jedi Masters on Coruscant, but was he also trained by a dark side user? Dark side Force abilities are not always taught. As we see in Revenge of the Sith, Anakin uses Force choke, and as far as we know, he was never taught this dark side ability. Force abilities aren't always necessarily taught. Grogu could be tapping into the dark side, and he could know, just by instinct, by what the Force tells him, that he can use this power. One thing that is interesting to note is that in the scene where the child is throwing the Stormtroopers around, the music that is playing slightly resembles Kylo Ren's theme from the sequel trilogy. This could be a reference to the dark side powers that he's using, or it could be a larger hint that Grogu is giving into the dark side and using these powers, much like how Kylo Ren does. In the previous episode, The Jedi, Ahsoka tells Mando that there is much fear in the child. In The Phantom Menace, Yoda said the same exact thing to a young Anakin Skywalker. If Grogu were to lose Mando, he potentially could fully give into the dark side, as Anakin did. Anakin feared losing Padme, and we see that Grogu has formed a strong bond with Mando. If Grogu goes untrained by a Jedi, who knows what dark path he could go down as he grows older, but hopefully with guidance from Mando and from a Jedi, possibly Luke Skywalker, he could turn away from the dark side and only tap into the light side of the Force. That's it for today's video, my friends. Do you think that Grogu is tapping into the dark side? And could he go down a dark path if he's not reunited with Mando? Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon with a brand new Star Wars Scotty video. Have a great day, and remember, Yakane Gawada. Bye.